The first African to do that is a Ghanaian. Boom, Ghana to the world.
So that's a conversation you do not want to miss. Tell a teacher to tell a teacher to tell another teacher to watch the show, because this is about teachers, man. Past and present.
Achimota School people will not let us rest today. So he's a teacher from Achimota Senior High School.
Okay.
And so all the Achimota people.
You mean my own school?
All the Achimota people. Good morning.
Good morning. No, you're welcome. Good morning. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Yes.
You're just funny.
I was just thinking of something.
We're having that one on the Global Teacher Prize. Of course, on Val's side, we'll look at other things and she'll tell us about those in a minute. But on our health check, we are looking at hepatitis B and the causes of liver cancer.
Yeah, so you want to watch out for that. And that conversation is coming up in about 20 minutes.
Yep.
So you stay here, right here on GTV Breakfast. Talk of health. I was listening on the radio, and according to a new report that came out just recently, COVID-19 may last well into 2022. Do you know why? The rich people, the rich nations are not issuing the vaccines to the poorer ones. It reminds me of a song by Culture. Culture sang in a song, and I'll find the song for you from my culture guru here in the studio. It says, if the rich don't share their wealth with everybody, the poor will share their poverty with them.
That's actually quite sad. That's actually
so
quite
Charlie,
sad. Because it brings the vaccination percentages into sharp focus. Whereas Western countries have upwards of 60%, and some are even getting booster jabs.
Bonus self-day warehouse.
Yes. So and they are getting boosters. There are some in this part of the world who have not even received the first jab at all.
We're at 4%.
But they're promising they're promising days to look ahead to, because some countries are actually donating to the cause, and they are also bringing stocks in to get more people on board. So hopefully more people and more vaccines will arrive in the countries that need it the most, so that we can all protect ourselves.
As you say in pidgin, speed up. If they give speed up. Otherwise we share our poverty with you. You don't want that.
Val is ready to tell us what to expect on her side today. Good morning, Val.
Good morning. And so, on the trends today, Manchester United is trending number one.
Yes.
You missed that. You just missed that.
So Manchester United is trending.
Enthusiastic.
Surprisingly, Free Shatawale is trending. Scholes is trending. Nigeria is trending.
But we'll get into that a bit.
And hashtag Ole out now is trending. So guys, if you know why these hashtags are trending, kindly let us know via our WhatsApp number 055556174 or on our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and Twitter. We are streaming live on Facebook and also live on YouTube. So guys, today on my side of the couch, we're going to be talking about Musica, everything Musica. What do you want to know? Do you have any questions? Do you have submissions? We're going to be speaking to Bessie Simons, Ace High Life legendary artist as well. He'll be in studio. So guys, today we're going to spice things up a bit, and then also later on in the show we'll connect with our colleagues, the outside team, our birds in the sky, Alan and Jay, and they'll give us updates as to what's happening with traffic and what's not. And so guys, I'm going to hand over to you.
Two things. First of all, what was the first trend you said?
Manchester United.
What have they done?
We'll find out when we sit down to do the social media trends. So because you missed that, he just had to do it again. So so much news from the Champions League front, and we'll look into all those details when we return for the social media trends side of the breakfast table.
Yes.
For now, we are going to join the good doctor to serve us a wisdom nugget, and today he's saying there's wisdom in forgiveness. So the wisdom of forgiveness is the title of our wisdom nugget for today, and it's by
Doctor. But before I go there,
okay.
I was just looking at you with your eyes and the makeup. And women have a way of making their eyes look even more interesting. I'm just looking at the way you guys have put something there, and the whole thing is looking really Chinesey.
Because I'm wearing glasses.
No, I can see. I kept looking. I can
literally see someone coming close to their TV.
You've extended the thing, and I'm seeing Val to you, Charlie. So, Charlie, you're tough.
We are flying.
We can't do anything with our eyes. Yeah. All we can tell you is that the wisdom nugget is up right now by Dr. Kofi Osei Kusi.
It's a good morning to you. Good morning. Exciting and humbling for me to serve you the wisdom nugget for the day, all to spice up your day, to inspire you. and to drive you towards success and achieving all your goals in life. We're going back to a nugget that I have spoken about several times, but it's so important that we keep talking about this particular wisdom nugget. This particular wisdom nugget is like water. We need to bath every single day. The fact that you bathed last week does not mean you don't bath again this week. You have to keep bathing every single day if you're going to be fresh and smell good and be as beautiful or handsome as you would like to be. Today we're talking about a nugget, wisdom of forgiveness. The wisdom of forgiveness. There is so much wisdom in forgiveness. We've spoken about it before, but I'm sure between the last time you may have heard it here on the Breakfast Show and today, people would have offended you. Maybe even this morning or yesterday or a couple of days ago, people may have offended you. So it's so important that you listen to this nugget again. You see, we are all very indebted as far as doing wrong is concerned, and as far as forgiveness is concerned. We're all very, very indebted. We're all very, very indebted. But the question is, are you going to become debt-free, or you're going to become heavily indebted and accumulate more debts? Forgiveness is the best way to pay your debts. We all do wrong at each other. To err is human. None of us is perfect. I'm nowhere close to perfect. And I bet so are you. You're nowhere close to perfect. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your profession. It doesn't matter your qualification. It doesn't matter whether you're a man, whether you're a woman. It doesn't matter where you come from. We are all heavily indebted. And forgiveness is a way of paying your debt. When someone does something wrong at you, remember that it's an opportunity for you to pay your debt. Because when you don't forgive other people, you're just accumulating heavy indebtedness. You're saying that the wrongs that you do, you should never be forgiven. And sometimes there is a fault of pride because we feel like the wrong that people do to us is worse than what we do to other people. But that's quite selfish and very prideful. You have no idea of the little things you do that seriously hurt people. I may have no idea. And so the next time, someone hits me, it's my opportunity to pay my debt, just to forgive that person, so that another person can also forgive me. As you go through the day, don't forget the nugget of wisdom, the wisdom of forgiveness. It's like water. Every single day, we need to take a shower. We need to feel fresh. And so as you go through the day, think about someone who has offended you. And straight away, forgive the person quickly, so that you can become debt-free and tomorrow start on a clean sheet of life. I wish you a beautiful day as you receive this nugget of wisdom and walk in total forgiveness towards anybody that hurts you. In fact, learn to even begin to forgive in advance so that your life will be happier, more productive. Good things are going to come your way. And I can't wait to see you again on the Wisdom Nugget for your day.
Thanks for staying with us. You're watching GTV Breakfast. This show is proudly brought to you by Awake Purified Mineral Water, Shield Acrylic Paint, and Adongo Next Level Energy Drink. Thanks for sharing a part of your morning with us. We are doing social media trends now, and top on my trends list on Twitter is Free Shatta Wale. So if you've been following the story, you know that on Sunday night, was it on Sunday or 2 nights ago?
2 nights ago.
there were rumors that he had been shot, and some people in his camp had come out to say that yes, he was receiving treatment in hospital. IDP, you know, I keep saying, I've been saying this for 3 days. Dampare will catch you. IDP invited him to answer questions, and he says he turned himself in, and the police also are saying something else, but that trend has moved on. Now it's Free Shatawale, and some celebrities are coming out to show their support for their colleague, and Fela McCaffrey is one of them. And that's her message. King Forever, Free Shatawale. That's Fela McCaffrey's Twitter. Shatawale is one of the strongest people I know. Free him. Sister Fia saying that there. So many of his friends, I don't know if these people even know Shatawale, but they are presumably issued their own message. Ghana police, free Shatawale. If not, Ghana music will be boring.
Yesterday, BBC picked up the story.
Yeah.
And because of his
collaboration with
Beyonce, and so he's internationally known. And so when BBC picked it up, and then other people also, other countries started tweeting about it and all that. But
Shatawale to the world.
I know, right? Finally.
But has he needed to do this to boost his popularity? He's already very, very well known.
What Shatawale is saying? The
allegations that he may have done all this as some kind of stunt to promote his new album is why I'm asking this question, because I think, and it's my personal opinion, that he's a big name in his own right. So he may not need this for the ratings. It's not for the gram.
Yes, I think it's not for the gram, but he's saying that it's because of the threat. And because Ghana police didn't do anything about it, and several instances have happened where people have done this publicly, and so he chose to do this to sort of protect himself. I don't know if two wrongs make a right, but I think, yes. I mean, I don't think any other man of God or self-acclaimed man of God or whoever will publicly come and sit on air, national TV or wherever, and say this person is going to die or this person is going to die. I don't think someone's going to do that.
I've also heard that the man who made those claims has also been invited to answer questions. I don't know how.
Oh yeah, he was invited first, and then Shatawale said that because he had been invited, he now turned himself in, and that's why he turned himself in. But the law is working. Yesterday, so KOD, hey, shout out to you, good morning. KOD put something on social media. He was driving, and then he saw cattle crossing the road, and he just put a tag. These people don't know there's a new IGP in town, like So
he's catching up.
Yeah,
and then will catch you. I say I want that to trend. Dampare will catch you.
Dampare will catch you. And then big ups to the police again.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw it. They arrested a notorious armed robber, gang leader. I hear he has what's it called? A syndicate specialized in snatching cars. So I think that's
the good. They pick those people up. I mean, the police does appear to be very, very awake to threats, and they are definitely also updating the public very, very regularly recently on whatever activities they are getting involved in. So Shatawale is trending. Yesterday, can we just touch briefly on the memorial in Nigeria for the NSAS protest? I remember last year when they were protesting and said police brutality and all that.
We were all watching.
It quickly turned into like a march for other things in the country as well. So the biggest shock, this is from Tola, biggest shock to me on NSAS and the NSAS memorial is that every time we send lawyers to the police station to release arrested peaceful protesters, we always find more people arrested than we were aware of. Like the police basically arrest people and forgets about them. So the NSAS memorial was yesterday. So this happened. The NSAS protest itself was October 20th last year.
Yeah.
Yesterday, a lot of the Nigerian celebrities were on their Twitter, on their Instagram, using that hashtag NSAS memorial. Another one says, update 11 p.m. 32 people have been released. Some were initially taken to the police station in Onikan, then transferred to Panti for the mobile court trial. Shout of to Charles, Temi, Redwan, Victoria, and all the other lawyers who made this happen. NSAS memorial. So many more of those trends. Aisha also sharing her thoughts. Until 2020, crying was an action I took for granted. Frozen tears are hard to deal with. We will not forget the massacre of 2010-2020 by the Nigerian government led by Major General Muhammadu Buhari and Professor Yemi Osinbajo. And so NSAS Memorial, what they are calling the Lekki Massacre, is trending. So October 20th last year, protests in Nigeria gained global attention. This year they are remembering all those things, and they are saying that some of the reasons why they even marched at that time are still very, very relevant. Yeah. So just reiterating the points they made last year once again, that they need certain things to be handled for them. Can I just now move on to the news that's why CAF has been quiet all morning. He hasn't said a word since we talked about Shatawale, no word since we talked about NSAS Memorial. Manchester United. Your turn now.
I have for results. Take it or leave it. There he is. I'm here till you finish this trend.
I'm not saying anything.
Well, Manchester United is trending.
It's spinning here.
It's spinning. It's spinning.
Oh, why would it pain me?
The Barca players did it.
Yes.
1-0 per 1.
If we had lost 1-0, we would be having that conversation we had that you came to hug me.
Come to us for lessons on how to win.
I don't need lessons. I'm a Barca fan. for football fans, I don't expect lessons from you on how to win games. But yeah, that's Manchester United. Then Kaf and Val will be talking about it. Kofi will be in my ears very shortly.
No, we are not talking about football fans.
Well, Chelsea, the only time I like blue is why I wear it as a suit. Chelsea 4, Mamon 0, Manchester United 3. Atalanta 2, Manchester United 3, Atalanta 2, Manchester United 3, Atalanta 2. And then the other results are there. Sevilla, Zenit lost to Juve away at home. Bayern won away against Benfica. Villarreal won away against Young Boys. It was a good day for away teams. Salzburg 3, Wolfsburg 1, the Bergs. And then Barcelona 1, Dynamo Kiev 0. Release me from here now.
Oh, the other thing that is trending, is that the University of Ghana.
Okay, I can go back.
You released yourself. Yes. Good shout, good shout. I was going to just leave you there for a while longer, but yeah. So all the action in the UEFA Champions League, we'll catch up on all that when it resumes next week or later on in the coming weeks. University of Ghana has a new female vice chancellor, and that's the congratulatory message that they sent to her. I saw this yesterday, and who else is excited? I mean, it's all levels of goodness, just feminine goodness right now. And we can't overlook, I mean, her profile. I've looked at it, and yesterday something was shared on one of my group pages, and I'm reading through it, and I'm looking at all the things that this woman has done. And I think...
So she's there because she's achieved, not necessarily because she's a
woman. She has achieved. So, what the information that I'm looking at right now is that prior to her becoming Pro-Vice Chancellor in November 2019, Professor Amfo was founding Dean of the School of Languages. She previously served as the head of Department of Linguistics. She has participated in the governance of UG through her service on several statutory and ad hoc boards and committees. Professor Amfo is a professor of linguistics and obtained both a PhD and MPhil degrees from the Norwegian University of Science and Technology. Her bachelor's degree in French and linguistics is from the University of Ghana. She has a postgraduate certificate in administration and management from the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, GBC, and has received additional training in higher education, management and leadership from Harvard Business School, University of Applied Sciences, Germany, and Instead, France. She is a past student of Holy Child School with O levels and Archbishop Porter Girls School A level. She has a career in academia, started in 2001 as a lecturer, and she has risen to the ranks in the Department of Linguistics. And it's just a tall list of achievements for Professor Amfo, and we just want to celebrate her this morning on the breakfast show. So, new Vice Chancellor for the University of Ghana, Professor Nana Abba Apia Amfo. She is Vice Chancellor of the University. The University Council yesterday made her appointment official. So we had heard this a few weeks back that her name had been put there, and so yesterday it came into effect, and we just want to congratulate the good professor for the achievement, and we wish her well in her duties that she's about to assume. I don't know if any of you have any more to add to Professor's appointment about yesterday's cheesy quiz.
Well, when I was in second year, she was in first year. That's why I can.
So she's.
I got to university in 1990. She got there 91. So.
1990. So, Kaf, when you mentioned this, then I'm just
wanted to add.
So yesterday's cheesy quiz, we asked the question: how many female MPs do we have in Parliament? How many female MPs do we have in Parliament? And the answer is 40. 40 is the answer we were looking for. And so we said fastest fingers first. The winners that we picked for yesterday, they will be on your screen. Adom Kwabena, you are from Kwabena. Galton Nenekano Nate, Accra Central, and Priscilla Apienin from Chantan, 6 to 6. So you are our winners for the cheesy quiz yesterday.
66.
6 to 6. Chantan, 6 to 6. Some names you have in Ghana.
Oh, God.
Chantan, 6 to 6. So those are our winners for the cheesy quiz yesterday. So we have your numbers. We'll be getting in touch with you. So you get in touch with us to collect your vouchers to get some delicious pizza from Cheesy Pizza. And we'll when we return from the break. No, we don't have a question for today. People have to eat fruits and vegetables.
Then we come back.
Eat your fruits and vegetables.
I have just a 30 seconds. So I was listening to your post, your comments on KOD and him seeing cattle roaming into town. It was like, hey, Charlie, you guys watch out. Dampari will come for you. Well, years ago in Singapore, they had the same problem. If you read Lee Kuan Yew's book From Third World to First World, it's just like Ghana, but in Asia. All the messed up stuff. So cattle were roaming around, and the Prime Minister basically said he gave all the cattle guys 6 months to clear the beasts off the roads. After 6 months, you know what happened to the cattle that were roaming around? They caught them, slaughtered them, and distributed it to all the orphanages and the old people's homes. Problem solved. Problem solved. Like no more cattle.
Wow.
You give them 6 months. Give them 6 months. After that, if they see any cattle around, they arrest you, and then they just slaughter these beasts.
Dampari is listening.
Yeah, so this is a suggestion to the Ghana police. Please consider it most carefully. By Independence Day, if the cattle are still roaming around, 2022, 6 March, kill the beasts and distribute to all the orphanages.
Live from GBC Studio 1, this is the Breakfast Show.
How well do the adolescents understand reproductive health? How is peer pressure affecting the youth negatively? Do you know many boys and girls enter adolescence undernourished, making them more vulnerable to disease and early death? How safe are the youth understanding the natural changes happening in their bodies? It's time to enable positive dialogue. Join us on YOLO Talk and let's get interactive as we discuss smart decision making on each selected episode of your favorite youthful TV series, YOLO, with professionals and some of the actors live on GTV. YOLO Talk, making smart choices. YOLO, hey, you only live once. YOLO Talk is a GBC UNICEF partnership.
Not play a smart game on guys of today. Trust me, girl, they'll never respect you.
I see boys, they fear marriage. Wow, danger.
My brother, your woman is making use of your brain.
Me, Mama V, now better some little me.
Our real pass is here, buddy. We okay.
I don't give my number to strangers. I am sorry.
I'm not a stranger.
From now onwards,
If you want to date at least 10.
Smart game.
Anywhere around me with girl, if I see your shadow,
you go feel them.
The woman see the grace or something. Why she will come back and take 20 cities? She then probably 60 cities.
You want to surprise me with a car, and then you ask me for 7,000 Ghana cedis.
I will say, Okwasia.
I don't just know the ladies. Are you guys just know the guys who are the
Smart Game, a series directed and produced by Enji Michael, showing soon on GTV.
Accra Across Africa, nations are beginning to trade among themselves like never before, creating the largest continental market the world has ever seen. On the Single African Market Program, we will show you how products, services, capital and people will be crossing barriers as the continent and its citizens embrace a single market in a sustainable manner for growth and development to meet targeted UN development goals.
Congratulations, Your Excellency.
Agriculture, manufacturing, aviation, maritime, mining, energy, tourism, technology and telecommunication, formal and informal trading, education, health, legal justice, financial and stock markets are all connecting in one African market. Get the latest update on all opportunities from the continent's trade house. Know the success stories and how challenges are being addressed. Africa is ready to trade among itself and the world, so are the people. The Single African Market is the voice of businesses that trumpets the vision of Africa everywhere, in association with the Government of Ghana, International Chamber of Commerce, Business for Peace Foundation, GIZ, UNECA, and UNDP. All new this July at this time on GTV.
Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people.
This is the breakfast show.
Thanks for staying with us. Breakfast Show is live on GTV, proudly sponsored by Awake Purified Mineral Water, Shield Acrylic Paint, and Adonko Next Level Energy Drink. And we're grateful to you for joining us. Also join us on our social media platforms. We are on Facebook. We're streaming live there. We're streaming live on YouTube. You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram. So like our pages, share our content, and be interactive with us, and we will return the favor. We also want to encourage you to send your thoughts on any subject that we are treating here to our WhatsApp number 055 55-61034. So we are about to enter into a discussion on health and specifically hepatitis B. We know that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but it's also other things. And one of those other things is Liver Cancer Awareness Month. And we know that unlike breast cancer, which receives a bit more focus and attention, liver cancer awareness does not receive as much attention. So minimum attention paid to liver cancer awareness, and hepatitis B and liver cancer are the fastest growing cause of death globally, especially among men. So if that does not frighten you, then I don't know what should. Hepatitis B and liver cancers are the fastest growing cause of death globally, especially among men. So what are we not doing right? Why are we seeing the rise in the number of cases, and what can we do to stem the tide? In the studio this morning, from my immediate left, Dr. Amwakudia. He is a gastroenterologist at the University of Ghana Medical Center. Dr. Adia, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
And next to him, Mr. Theobald Owusu-Ansah. He is president of the Hepatitis Foundation of Ghana. Mr. Owusu-Ansah, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
So, both of you are men, and I think that it has to do with the fact that these two conditions that we are talking about combined is what is causing the most number of deaths globally. So let's start with hepatitis B. I thought it was a fairly, unisex disease. Is it more prevalent in men than women, or is it fairly balanced? I'll start with you, doctor.
So hepatitis B is fairly balanced. Okay, but maybe as you go along, the reason why men tends to develop complications related to hepatitis B is more like a gender issue. Okay, it's not like men have hepatitis B more than women, but when men get hepatitis B, they tend to develop complications faster compared to women.
Okay, so let's go back to base and talk about what hepatitis B actually is. What condition is it, and how does it come about?
So hepatitis B is a viral infection, and with all infections, it comes about by acquiring it from somebody who have that particular infection. And what we have realized in this country is that the major mode of transmission of this hepatitis is what you call from mother to child, especially during delivery. So if a mother have during delivery or after delivery, when the cord or the placenta is being cut, there is a mixture of the mother's blood and then that of the baby. So if the mother have hepatitis B at that time, then it means that the baby too will get it. Okay. So the main mode is from mother to child transmission. Aside that, we also have what we call horizontal transmission. And that one comes about if I have it and my blood or semen or vaginal fluid get into somebody who doesn't have it, then it means that that person too also may have the infection. Apart from that, use razor blade by somebody who have it, and then also toothbrush. And in our community too, we do a lot of procedures outside hospital. Circumcision, ear piercing, and then tribal marks, and then there's scarification marks, tattoos. The instruments that are used to do these procedures, if they are not sterilized well, it also a means by which somebody can also get hepatitis B.
It's sounding a lot like all the factors that come to play when we talk about HIV. So is that a sister or a related disease, hepatitis B?
It's not a sister I mean, yes, in that sense, because HIV too is virus, okay? And most of the viral infections spread through this means.
Okay. When it comes to men, how dangerous is it? And I'll bring you in because you actually have a foundation that is specific to hepatitis B. And because the doctor just explained that men have more complications from the disease, how serious is it?
Yeah, what we are talking about men, because of, in men lifestyle is different from women. When we come to alcohol, men consume more alcohol than women. And when it comes to humanizing, men also do more than women. So when like liver cancer, and doctors are scientific and medical scientific, so most of the men, because of our lifestyle, that's why we develop more complicated than women. Like the breast cancer is the first cancer in terms of prevalence. Breast cancer is higher than liver cancer. Whereas liver cancer is the second most cancer that kills more people than HIV, other disease. So liver cancer, get more liver cancer through alcohol, as I said. So sometimes we don't want to generalize it because most of the people who develop to liver cancer got their disease from hepatitis. And hepatitis doesn't have any discrimination whether you are a woman or man, but because of our lifestyle, that's why men get more complicated than women.
But what's the link between hepatitis B and liver cancer, Doc?
So hepatitis B is a risk factor. It's a risk factor for liver cancer. And globally, about 80% of people who are living with liver cancer is as a result of chronic hepatitis B. And even in this country, studies that have been done shows that 70 to about 90% of all those who have liver cancer is as a result of chronic hepatitis B. And it is so because chronic hepatitis B affects mainly the liver. So it destroys the liver cells. And liver have a large capacity of regenerating itself. So when the cells are destroyed, in an attempt of the body repairing itself or the liver repairing itself, some of the cells that are being regenerated tends to become abnormal. Okay, so it grows and spreads uncontrollably. Okay, so that's what we call cancer. So it's because hepatitis B destroys liver cells. That is the reason why mostly it leads to liver cancer.
Right. What are the key indicators that someone should be concerned and should seek immediate medical attention, so that by way of signs and symptoms, people would know when to get help?
You see, for me, when it comes to diseases or sickness that kills human beings, if you want to sit there to get some symptoms and signs before you seek attention, that one may be too late. Okay, and it's the same with any cancer that we talk about. So for liver cancer, most of the time, initially, you will not develop any symptoms. Okay, there will be no symptoms. The time that you develop symptoms is when you begin to have pains in the abdomen, mainly the right upper part. Your legs begin to get swollen, your stomach begin to get swollen, you get jaundice, inability to eat, and then you tend to lose weight. Okay, so if you develop these symptoms or signs, then it means that the liver cancer have reached advanced state.
What are we seeing on the screen now, Doc?
So what you are seeing is the liver, okay, the structure of the liver. But it tells you, I mean, you can see a section that is showing you a healthy liver. Okay, and then when the hepatitis B destroys the liver in an attempt to repair itself, you know, it's like when you get a cut, you get a scar, okay, on it. So it becomes fibrotic, what you call fibrosis. Okay, and then from there it leads to cirrhosis. Cirrhosis is like the liver trying to regenerate itself. So you see nodules on the surface of the liver, and then from there it can move on to develop cancer of the liver. That's when some of the nodules, the cells in it becomes abnormal, and then it leads to cancer of the liver. So that is the stages in which somebody who has hepatitis B can go through before it gets to cancer of the liver. But you may also not go through these stages, because hepatitis B itself is a carcinogen. And carcinogen means that a cancer-causing agent. So you can have a healthy liver, but the cancer can grow within the healthy liver.
Wow, it seems, so you're saying that the liver has the ability to sort of try to repair itself.
Yes.
So even when there's an infection and we get to the second part of it that we just lost on the screen, the fibrosis part of it, there's still a chance it could be saved.
Yes, so it means that you will still have some normal cells in there that can regenerate itself. Okay. So if you look at liver, if you cut half of the liver structure away and the liver is healthy, within a year it can grow back to its normal size.
Okay.
Yes, so that is what the liver is.
But then why is liver cancer more prevalent in men? I'll bring you in on this to talk about what your foundation is doing, Mr. Usansa, but we just want to understand the science behind this. We know that breast cancer attacks more women than men. 1% of cases recorded are men and 99% are women. Is it the same for liver cancers?
So if you look at liver cancer, it's like 1:2 kind of, okay. So if you take the patient who have liver cancer, it's 1:2, 1 female and 2 for males. And the reason is that Mr. Usansa said, you know, men, apart from the liver cancer, hepatitis B, there are other causes of cancer of the liver. And in this country, apart from hepatitis B, the second commonest cause is excessive intake of alcohol, because alcohol is also toxic to the liver cells. So it can destroy the liver cells and also lead to cancer of the liver. And as he said, men tend to consume more alcohol than women. So that one, if you have 2 risk factors, the probability of developing the cancer is higher than 1 risk factor. And aside that, there is also a genetic component to it that we have not really understood, okay? But as I always say, gender play a role, I mean, in the development of liver cancer. Whether it's because, you know, when it comes to gender, most of the time you look at the hormones, you know, sometimes the estrogen that the women have tends to be protective compared to testosterone or androgens that men have. So it's more like a gender issue. Apart from that, there are other risk factors that men tend to involve themselves more than women.
And when it comes to vaccination, and I know that your foundation does a lot about that, so, but let me pick the doc's thought on how critical vaccination is in the fight to beat or to reduce the numbers of hepatitis B cases and by extension reduce the chances of getting liver cancer.
Okay, so liver cancer, as you have said, is one of the most preventable cancers, I mean, globally, because we know the risk factors. The risk factors can be prevented or it can be treated, okay? And as we say, hepatitis B being the commonest risk factor, hepatitis B can be prevented. I mean, there are effective vaccines available that we can use to prevent hepatitis B. So in this country, for instance, because we find ourselves in an endemic country when it comes to hepatitis B, the prevalence is about averagely 12.3%. Okay, so if all babies are to receive the vaccination at the time of delivery, okay, within 12 to 24 hours of delivery, before the babies are discharged from hospital to home, then it means that the protection starts there. So even when they send them home and they do all these procedures on them, they are unlikely to develop the hepatitis B or get the infection. And then also, if the mother is positive, because now all pregnant women are tested for hepatitis B, so that if you are positive, immediately after delivery, you are given the vaccine and then the immunoglobulin so that your baby doesn't get it. So if you are able to start the vaccination at delivery, then it means that we will be able to prevent the hepatitis B.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll come back to you to talk about how readily available the vaccines are and how people should go about getting the vaccines. But Mr. Uso, you have a foundation that is dedicated to awareness on hepatitis B. Would you say that people know some of the things that the doctor has told us, and what's the level of knowledge out there in your rounds as you've gone around trying to find information on this?
Yes, since we started the foundation 2008, we have traveled to all the regions except Upper East region. And like the cities, people are aware of the disease. But when you go to the rural areas, the awareness is low. We went to Nkransa to do awareness and screening. When we get there, when we ask those people who came, some of them tested positive. And so we have tested positive for hepatitis B. I say, what is hepatitis B? The person doesn't know what hepatitis B is. So awareness among the rural areas is low. It's very, very low. But when you come to the cities, people is aware of the disease. And doctor was saying about the vaccine. Rwanda, in Africa, Rwanda started birth dose. When you go to Taiwan, Taiwan have started birth dose. So it means from the next 10 years, they are going to prevent hepatitis B. The newborn baby will be free from hepatitis. But Ghana, we have not started the birth dose. So majority of the people are getting it from their mother. So if government can start birth dose, because the birth dose is cheaper. If you want to treat the disease, it's very expensive. But if you want to prevent it, it's cheap. So what government have to prevent the disease, you don't have to, because we don't have to be like fire service approach. You have to wait if there's a problem before we start. You should prevent it, like military or police. You have to prevent the people. So effort awareness is very, very low.
So vaccination for infants has started elsewhere, but what's the drive for adult vaccination? What does that look like?
Yeah, the adult vaccination is there, but majority of them, because of the cost.
How much is it? How many doses do you even need?
You need three
doses. So male or female, you need three doses.
Need 3 doses.
At what interval?
Like if I tested positive today, I have to take the vaccine. 1 month later, then you take the vaccine. And 6 months from the first day, then you take the last one.
Okay, and after you've taken the vaccine, you test negative, or you never, there's never a negative test after a positive for hepatitis B?
So I think he said if you test negative.
Negative. The vaccine is for negative, not positive.
Okay.
Okay, so if you test negative,
yes,
then you get the 3 vaccines,
yes,
and it gives you some protection.
Yes,
so you will never get hepatitis B if you've taken the 3.
Yeah.
What yes, more than 90% protection.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you test positive, then you have to undergo treatment.
Yes.
And what does the treatment entail?
So all those who test positive, it's only about 40% of them that will require treatment. Okay.
Because so the larger number will not require any treatment.
Will not need treatment because they will have what you call inactive hepatitis B. Okay. You test positive, but the virus is not multiplying, and that one really doesn't affect the liver. Okay. So the 40% are those that have active infection. It means that the virus is multiplying, and if you don't stop them from multiplying, they will attack the liver cells. Okay. So what we need to do is that initially there are baseline investigations that you have to do for us to determine whether you have active infection or inactive infection. And that one, will not be less than 800 Ghana cedis. Okay. And if you find yourself...
Is the treatment on the National Health Insurance?
Not at all.
For hepatitis B? No.
Yes,
and
yes,
for liver cancer?
No.
Okay. So that is part of what you're advocating for.
Yes.
That in order to get more people the help that they need, what do you want? What are you seeking to achieve?
Yes. When we advise people to go for the treatment, the question they ask you after treatment, next. So we are advocating that the government should integrate hepatitis program into the HIV program, because we have program that's running, that's HIV program. And HIV machine, the diagnostic machine, can also run hepatitis test. And some of the drugs, HIV drugs, can also treat hepatitis. So why don't you integrate hepatitis program into the HIV, so we don't have to set up a new office? because there is a program running. And as I say, if I test positive now, what next? Because of the cost, because most of the people have to pay for out of pocket. And you know, Ghana, majority of people are not working, especially the youth who are more prevalent to the hepatitis are not working. So if government can put hepatitis treatment to the national health insurance, it can be not 100% by 50-50. Pay 50 and let me also pay 50. If you go to develop world, that's what they have been doing. You pay 50 and also pay 50. TB machine can also run hepatitis. But when you go to the teaching hospitals, you have all these machines there sitting idle. So why don't you also run those tests, maybe if the test is 50 Ghana, let the patient pay 20 and the national insurance will pay 30.
Okay.
So we are telling government that hepatitis is killing a lot of people. And very soon, Ghana will lost hepatitis fight. So we have to start right now.
Okay.
Educating the people and also treat more people. And also, most of these healthcare professionals, the professionals are centered in teaching hospitals. Government have to also train other people so that when somebody tested positive in the rural area, they can start the treatment before they refer them to the teaching hospitals.
Thank you so much, and that's why we invited you here, so you can explain some of these issues to the public, and the officials can also hear some of these arguments and take the necessary action. Thank you, gentlemen. Dr. Amakodia, gastroenterologist at the University of Ghana Medical Center. Dr. Dia, thank you so much for coming. And Mr. Theobald Usuansa, President of the Hepatitis Foundation of Ghana. Thank you, Mr. Usuansa, for joining us, and we wish you well in your activism and campaigns. The two gentlemen have been speaking to us about hepatitis B and how it links to liver cancer, a key call on government to incorporate hepatitis B treatment into the HIV program, testing of hepatitis B into the TB program. The already existing structures should be used to help in the fight against hepatitis B, and we hope that you've received a little education as I have on this topic. Valerie is standing by to link with our guys outside to tell us what's happening by way of traffic.
Thank you, T. On this side, we are keeping an eye and rushing hour, looking at how traffic looks like in parts of the capital. So shortly we'll be connecting with my colleague Jay. Jay is around the Trinity Avenue in Legon to give us updates. So Jay, what's up? Good morning. What's happening outside? Right.
Thank you so much, Val. Good morning, everyone. It's #GTV Breakfast. Welcome to Rush Hour. My name is Jay Gabra. So this morning, I'm at the Trinity Avenue, like you rightly said. This area is a boundary area of sorts because behind me, you can get to Pongro and get to University of Ghana, Legon. And from there, you can head towards Medina or towards Shiashi and go all the way towards 37. To my left are those coming from UPSA and also those who are coming from Medina as well, and Medina Estates and all that. And then in front of me are those who are on the Bauleshi side, and to my right is Shiashi. So this is the area I am presently. So behind me, for those who are heading towards Oponglo, there isn't, you realize there isn't that much traffic for them. What they may face is once they get to Oponglo onto the main road, depending on where they are headed, they may face gridlock on the road. For instance, if they get to Shiashi, there will be some traffic on that side of things. And for those also in the opposite direction, they are also, it's free flowing for them. And I'd just like to draw your attention to the pedestrian stop lights, traffic lights. You realize that one is off completely. So pedestrians here have to use their wits in order to cross the road. They have to tell when the cars have stopped. They have to use their wits and find that out. So there's also something the authorities need to look at as soon as possible. And for those coming from Shiashi using the Lagos Avenue heading into this side of town, you can tell it's also free flowing for them. There isn't any obstruction for them as well. It's smooth sailing for them, so to speak. And then so moving on to those on the Bauleshi side of things, it's also traffic is picking up slowly, but for now it's free flowing. So if you are leaving, if you usually use this side into town, for now you are safe. If you want to leave the house now and come, you won't be late for work or any such thing. You'll be fine. And so finally, I would like to speak about those coming from the UPSA, who are coming from Medina Estates, and who are those coming from the Legon area, because there's something you should know about the traffic lights right behind me. What happens is when it's green and amber, you see the lights. But when it's red, it doesn't come on. So if you're not familiar with the route and you come and you meet the red light, you won't meet it actually because it's off. You may think the whole traffic light are off and you may try to zoom past. And what happens is there's no pedestrian crossing for school children as well. So if you are trying to cross on this side, it becomes quite difficult. You can see there's even one behind me, and this is what they have to face. They have to use their wits in order to find out when it's red and when they can cross the road. So you find them waiting patiently, and when it goes off completely, then they can cross. But if you are not aware and you try to cross when it's red, you know it's red, and the other driver doesn't know, and you know there's some sort of indiscipline where drivers try to zoom past, it may lead to an accident. So to forestall all that, we are pleading with authorities that they come in and fix this as soon as possible, so to prevent any casualties. So in terms of rush hour updates, this is me reporting from the Trinity Avenue here in Legon. Back to you, Val, in the studio.
Right, Jay, thank you for those updates. We'll be connecting with you later on when you're somewhere else in the capital. So that was Jay who gave us some traffic updates from the Trinity Avenue in Legon. We'll be connecting to Alan soon. Alan will be coming to us from around Odogono and its environs. The show is made possible by Wick Purified Mineral Water, Adonko Next Level Energy Drink, Shield Acrylic Paint, and Cheesy Pizza. We've already announced 3 winners from yesterday, and so coming here and camp for your vouchers for your pizza. And then later on, the lifestyle segment of the breakfast show is by kindness of Airtel Tigo. Still to come, we'll be looking, Kaf will be sitting down with 2 religious men to discuss the headlines and stuff that's trending online in the newspapers, looking at social issues. We'll be connecting with Alan now. Alan is live and piping hot. Alan is at Awoshi. I beg your pardon, Awoshi. Alan, what can you report?
Oh. Hey, good morning, Val, and welcome to #GTV Breakfast. This is Rush Hour. I'm coming to you live from Awoshi, between Barnyard and Odogono. This particular location has a very unusually long traffic. In fact, if you can see the stretch of this from where I'm coming to you, you'll understand, or you'll have a good idea what I'm talking about. I spoke to a commuter not too long ago who's explained to me that he's sat in this traffic for 45 minutes already, and even when he was speaking to me, he has no sight or no idea when there'll be a clear sight to go. And this traffic is being brought on not because of a malfunctioning traffic light, but what there is that the road ahead of us towards the Barnyard intersection has a traffic light that is slightly slow, and this means that when commuters are approaching, they approach with a certain caution, and that caution normally holds those behind them and brings up a tailback. And this tailback is what you can currently see from that particular traffic light stretching all the way to the Odogono Secondary School. Now, if we pan round and take the median of the traffic, you'll find that some trotro drivers do cut through, and because of that cutting through, you have a slowing of the traffic in the middle of the main highway. This also adds up to the traffic situation here, stretching it way so long that commuters will have to just literally sit in it. And let me tell you one interesting thing that just happened. A commuter waiting in traffic just literally sat there and fell asleep. And so when it was time to go, you find other drivers behind him just blowing their horn, and this man was just asleep. So I had to go and tap him on the shoulder and say, "Sir, please wake up." That is how boring it is to sit in this kind of traffic. Commuters will also argue or say that the only way to get this traffic really flowing is to try and stop those trotro drivers who pick up passengers and drop them off on the far end of the road as you head towards the traffic light. There seemed to be a certain unauthorized station along that side of the road, and that also adds up to the traffic situation on here. If the MTTD will get their men to try and bring a certain sanity by moving away those unauthorized structural takeoff and drop off and pick up, that would help the traffic flow really very okay. This stretch of road has two other issues, and commuters told me not too long ago that at night the traffic light on this stretch of road from Awoshi Bayard all the way to Ablekuma Park does not work. So at night you have a dark road. Not only is the road dark, but then also you have weeds and plants in between, or plants on the median of the traffic, so overgrown that you sometimes have to drive with your lights so high in order to see ahead of you. This is supposed to be for a certain beautification, but it has now become an impediment, impeding the sight of commuters when they drive on the stretch of road at night. It is the job of the local assembly, in this case the Anya Ablekuma or Awoshi assembly, to ensure that this is taken care of. That is the situation as it is on this stretch of road with this unusually long traffic. It's been hashtag GTV Breakfast, coming to you live from Awoshi. This is Rush Hour. Thank you very much, Valerie.
Right, Alan. Thank you for those updates. That was my colleague, Alan, and he came to us with those traffic updates. I don't want to be in the shoes of those people who have been in traffic, and it's 10 minutes past 7 and people have been in traffic for over 45 hours in one spot, guys. I don't want to be there. The hashtag to follow is GTV Breakfast. CAF is getting ready to have a conversation around what's trending on social media circles, the newspapers and online about the social issues and the effective ways to move that forward, guys. The show is made possible by Awake Purified Water, Adonco Next Level Energy Drink, Shield Acrylic-Based Cheesy Pizza, and Airtel Tigo. The hashtag to follow on all social media platforms is GTV Breakfast, guys. And so we're handing over now to CAF.
The Breakfast Show. To 2021. The journey to our centenary has been amazingly worthy. Azar Group is 100 years and continues to achieve greatness.
Big brands which were in the company are the Azar Tex, which is an emulsion paint, texture paints, which we were the first people to produce it in Ghana, and Azar Gloss, which is oil paint. We were the first people to produce the carpenter's glue. Now we have new products like silicone paint.
Join Azar Group celebrate 100 years and to create another brilliant 100 years together.
And they call me UJ.
Dear, what are you waiting for? You know, you're watching at home and then you have to step out because you have to go to work and you're thinking, yeah, I'm going to miss the show. No, technology has taken care of that. Just go to Facebook or YouTube online and then look for Ghana Broadcasting Corporation and follow us there. Then you'll get alerts anytime we come on air. You get an alert on your phone and then you're good to go. So you're sitting in traffic and if it's a 45-hour traffic jam where it will take you enough time to grow a beard, you could be watching GTV Breakfast while you are in traffic jam. So follow us on YouTube and on Facebook. Now, who is this Ghanaian teacher who is the first African to make the top 10 of world teachers? There's a global teacher prize, and there's a Ghanaian teacher who is in the top 10. Who is he? How did he get there? The story will be on today's show, so you do not need to go anywhere after 8 o'clock. That conversation will come up. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another teacher that that's what's happening. Our WhatsApp number is 055-556-1034. Take some time to save it on your phone. 055-556-1034. Like a song. 055-556-1034. Yeah, that's your number, okay, to get through to us. We're going to go straight into our papers, but just before I go into that, I saw a t-shirt with a crazy inscription on my way to work today. When you go to Cantamanto and Tema Station, read the stuff you buy. Read the stuff on the t-shirts. So the guy's t-shirt, behind him, he says, "Hell is my backup plan." I mean, come on. You're walking around and that's your billboard behind you. 102. Lord